Hey everyone, as I'm sitting here on Monday, August 30th, before I jump into my August favorites, it would be very remiss of me not to acknowledge what has been happening in the world in the last week or so. I've discussed this over on Instagram, on my stories, and that is generally where I address more topical and timely information. I usually just leave YouTube for straight up the business of beauty and fashion and lifestyle. But what's been going on this month is just too big not to acknowledge it formally here as well. For those of you who don't know, I started off my adult life at the age of 24, marrying a first lieutenant in the Air Force. That's my husband. He's still my husband. He left the Air Force as a captain. Our oldest child, Jake, was born at Wilford Hall, which is a military hospital, and I will always think of myself as a military wife, even though Michael is no longer active duty. So I think it is important that we acknowledge here, or at least I think it is important that I acknowledge here the names of the fallen soldiers, the 13 heroes who selflessly gave their lives to protect others, us, and so many across the globe. It hits particularly close to home for so many of us, for me in particular, since most of these fallen are the same ages as my own children. So if you will just give me this moment to read their names off, and then as always life goes on, we will get into the favorites. So here we go. Staff Sergeant Darren Hoover, 31, of Salt Lake City. Sergeant Johanny Rosario Pichardo, 25, of Lawrence, Massachusetts. Sergeant Nicole Gee, 23, of Sacramento, California, same age as my oldest. Corporal Hunter Lopez, 22, of Indio, California. Corporal Dagan Page, 23, of Omaha, Nebraska. Corporal Humberto Sanchez, 22, of Logansport, Indiana. Lance Corporal David Espinoza, 20, of Rio Bravo, Texas, same age as my youngest. Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz, 20, of St. Charles, Missouri. Lance Corporal Riley McCullum, 20, of Jackson, Wyoming. Lance Corporal Dylan Marola, 20, of Rancho Cucamonga, California. Lance Corporal Kareem Nakui, 20, of Norco, California. Corpsman Maxton Soviak, 22, of Berlin Heights, Ohio. And Staff Sergeant Ryan Naus, 23, of Corryton, Tennessee. It is because of our military stationed here and all over the world that we have the freedom to go about our lives and talk about fun and frivolous things like beauty and fashion and lifestyle. So I'm going to move on to the actual topic of this video. Here we go. Beauty favorites. Let's start with a foundation, and in particular a foundation combination. I talked about this in my Nordstrom beauty video from earlier this month. This is the Lancome Tente Idole Ultra Wear, and it is definitely a long wearing foundation. I do have dry skin, so it's not a foundation that I can wear every single day in a row, but for those days where I need my foundation to stay on, like say college move-in day, this is a great foundation. But for those days where I want the wear time to extend maybe one of my other favorite foundations that doesn't stay as long, this is also great to mix with others. So today I'm wearing it with another foundation that I recently rediscovered this month and I've been wearing a lot this month, and it's from Tarte. It's their Found Sealer. It's basically a combination foundation concealer, so the coverage is really good and it's really hydrating, so if you have dry skin, that's great for your skin as well. It also has SPF 20 sunscreen, but of course you should always layer it over your just straight up real sunscreen. Don't depend on your makeup for sunscreen coverage. But I have found that these combined together, it's what I'm wearing today, make a beautiful finish that wears longer than this paired or than this worn all by itself. So I just wanted to recommend those two. I am the shade 100 Ivory Neutral in the Lancome, and I am the shade Fair Neutral in the Tarte foundation. Next I'm wearing some of this on my eyes, and I did do a whole tutorial using this palette. It's the Flower Beauty eyeshadow palette in Desert Lights. These are 6 absolutely stunning, creamy, but yet powder shadows. Some of them have a little bit of a duochrome, like this one here. They swatch like they are cream shadows, but they are powder, and they are stunning and wearable. Definitely maybe pair them with one of your favorite matte eyeshadow palettes. I'll show you what I paired it with in a minute because it's another favorite. They also have an older version of this, the Jungle Lights, which I honestly think would be better moving into fall. I don't own it yet. I'm gonna order it. I'll link it below. And it has a gorgeous olive green in there, gold, some more purpley burgundy tones as well. So if you like this formula, you will love the Jungle Lights as well. And then I paired this, and so the really shimmery part in the middle here, that's from the Desert Lights palette. The rest of the shadows, the matte shadows and what's in my outer corner are from the Nars palette, the Nars Climax palette. It's been a long time since I bought anything from Nars, and if you like this, I believe it's limited edition, so if you haven't grabbed it yet, you should consider doing that. And I think these colors are just beautiful for everyday wear, particularly the fall. That shimmering greenish olive shade is absolutely wearable and beautiful all over the lid. The matte version of this actually pulls more brown if you're a little bit worried about wearing green. When you actually put it on your eyes, it's definitely more of a brownish shade. The only shade I haven't tried yet is this blue. Let's swatch it just for fun. It, again, is very creamy in its pigmentation. Wow. That is a beautiful color. I don't know how I'm gonna wear it, but I will figure it out. Then, moving on to some skincare favorites, I also did a collaboration with Elemis over on Instagram, and they've been asking me for a long time to partner with them, and I finally gave in because I realized, yes, I have loyalty to Colleen Rothschild, not just because I know her personally and I really respect her as a businesswoman and what she's done with her brand, but because her products have done so well for my skin. But I also hear from a lot of you that it's not easily accessible where you live. A lot of you aren't watching me from the United States, and the shipping to your country is astronomical, and you've asked me for similar price point products, but that are more readily available outside the United States. And then there are those of you that just prefer other brands. For whatever reason, you don't like Colleen Rothschild or you want some other options. And I realized, just like anything, like everything on my face that I'm wearing isn't from the same makeup brand. Why should all of my skincare be from the same skincare brand? So I finally agreed, and I'm excited that I did because, one, they gave me a discount code that is good through the end of this month, which was really generous. It is 20% off site-wide, except for their travel size and their jumbo size and their travel sets, and of course gift cards. So basically any full-size product is 20% off, and there were quite a few great products that I trialed. But the 2 standouts that I want to bring into my favorites are the Elemis Papaya Enzyme Peel. I cannot use glycolic acid. It's a great skincare ingredient for most of the population, but my skin absolutely hates it. I break out in huge cystic acne, so I'm always looking for alternatives for a chemical exfoliant. And this mask is fruit enzymes. It does have vitamin E in it and B3, which are very moisturizing and hydrating, and there's no physical exfoliant in this. It's not gritty at all. Now, they say to put it on for 10 to 15 minutes. The other day, I left it on for an hour, kind of forgot about it, and I had no bad reaction, but it does definitely brighten and lift my complexion. And then the other standout product that I absolutely love are their dynamic resurfacing pads. They're very thin, like tissue thin, soaked with a solution, but not dripping soaked. And it's mostly lactic acid. There's no glycolic acid. So I use these in the morning after I've washed my face. Then I go over my face with these pads. I cut them in half. I think a whole pad is more than you need for your face. So I just cut it in half so I get double the amount of usage out of this. And just all over my face, I avoid, of course, the eyes and lips. And again, it's another way to brighten and lift your complexion, especially if you have issues with glycolic acid. Let's jump into clothing. I did just go wash my hands. I realized that having dark blue eyeshadow swatched on my hands while wearing a white shirt is a recipe for disaster. So let's start with this shirt actually. I'm working monthly now with Chicos. I have been shopping there for years, and we'll talk more about what brought me to Chicos originally in the accessory portion of this video. But let's talk about this shirt. I am in love with this shirt. This is part of their no wrinkle, no iron line, and I have worn this 3 times, yes, without washing it. It didn't get dirty. And I just pulled this right off the hanger. I mean, it does not wrinkle. The details on this white shirt are impeccable. I think you can see here there's some contrasting black stitching around the collar. Also on the cuffs, right underneath it right there as well, going around the cuff. I love the French cuffs. If your initials are CC, that's great, but this is for Chicos, the C. And even the buttonhole on the very end, if you're gonna wear it untucked, is stitched in black as a contrast. This material is so wonderful. When I showed this shirt to Michael, he asked if I could reach out to Chicos and see if they would make a men's version of this shirt because he loves this material as well. Everybody needs a good white shirt in their wardrobe, and Chicos for sure has the best selection, the best quality, and this newest version is my favorite by far. At a slightly different price point is this graphic tee that I saw on Amazon. If you know me, you know how much I love to read a book. I read every single morning and every single night before I go to bed. It is my way of escaping. It is my way of de-stressing. I have been reading a lot lately. It's just my way of stepping back for a moment. And I love, love, love this tee. It does also come in a long sleeve. I think it's actually a sweatshirt version. So if you want something to wear into the cooler months, you can. The graphic part, it's a good day to read a book, is always that multicolor font. And then there's probably a dozen or more colors to choose from for the body of the t-shirt. And it is the softest, softest, softest t-shirt. It's almost, it feels like the jersey sheet material, if you've ever felt that. It's incredible. Highly recommend this shirt. I've been wearing it on repeat. Next is this scoop floral midi dress. I debuted it on Instagram and on my stories even before that, and y'all went nuts for it. It is a beautiful dress. I cannot believe the price point. It feels like something I should have picked up in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. The weight of the material feels really expensive. I can't remember if it's under $30 or under $40. I think it's under $30. It's the most perfect fall dress, especially if you live in a warmer climate like I do. It's this beautiful autumn tones of, like, I'm looking at it over here, burgundy and blush pink, but all of the little details, the tied neck, the slightly puffed sleeves, the little delicate bows, they're just there. They don't function. On the waist, the subtle tiers at the skirt. It's a beautiful dress, and of course you could wear it dressed up to anything, but pair it with more casual flats or sneakers, and you could easily wear this around town on a casual day as well. Another clothing favorite I want to share is this crochet lace shirt, I was gonna say dress, shirt from Amazon. Again, this comes in so many colors. I just went with basic white. I bought this actually about a year and a half ago for a reward style convention that never happened because it was in 2020, and kind of forgot about it and just started wearing it again. This lace is stunning. I'm wearing it in a small. It is very roomy. I'd say it runs big. It's important that it runs big because it is see-through. So I did try wearing it without anything underneath and I felt comfortable, but I was worried that if I leaned over or my strap on my purse shifted, it would pull things to an obscene level. So I chose to wear just a lace bandeau bra underneath. I mean, I had a bra on, but I chose to wear a lace bandeau bra that's meant to be seen underneath. You could definitely wear it with just over a white tank, over a cami. These buttons here are actually functional, so you can even wear it open over something, but the details on this are absolutely stunning. I can't believe the price of this. Even down to the cuffs of the sleeve have lace. And it also comes in a short sleeve version and a full long sleeve version. This is more of a bracelet length version. And then my last clothing favorite isn't something I've been able to wear out of the house yet. I've worn it in a couple of clothing try-on videos, but I want to bring your attention to it because they brought it back. It was a favorite of mine from last year. Please ignore the bells. The dogs have decided now is the time they need to go outside. This knit blazer from Nordstrom is just something, it is a perfect layer for fall. And I got this last year. Caslon does run big. I have it in an extra small. I love this olive green. It's such a great neutral. But since I put up the video about it in, I can't remember which video it was, one of my try-ons. They've released it in a light tan cream and also just this week in black. Now, like I said, it runs big. It's one of those things that I think I might grab one in every single color. It has functional pockets. It's a combo between a cardigan and a blazer, so it's really comfortable. It's not too structured. It's great for just throwing on over something casual. It's great to keep in your office if you work in an office and it runs cold. It's just one of those nice cozy things that looks a little more professional and a little more put together. Now let's get into accessories. Let's talk about the ones that I have on. First, these are a little harder to see, so I'll insert a picture, but these are one of the latest releases from Kendra Scott. They are these little Huggies. It's a new shape that she is debuting for this season. This one actually came as part of a set with matching little studs. I guess if you have a second piercing, I do not, so I wear them separately. I love this antique gold. I just think it's a beautiful color, really pretty for fall especially, and super lightweight. And then they go well because they're so delicate with this guy. Now this is what I was talking about. This is what originally drew me to Chicos way back in my late 20s. Their accessories are amazing. They have such great quality pieces that stand up for years. They often have sales and they're very unique. So this is one of their newer releases. This is a multi-chain mixed metal necklace. We do have some of that same gold that I have here. It's really lightweight. This is really reminiscent of a necklace I had years ago from Bauble Bar that felt like I was wearing a chest plate and was basically unwearable for longer than an hour. This is very wearable, very lightweight, and I've been wearing this quite a bit. I think it'll also look really good paired over just like a higher neck blouse or dress so that you can really see the details of the chains. If you just saw a fly flying by, Rowdy just opened the door and let in a fly. The other necklace I got this month from Chicos, again, I got a lot of questions about it. It's so pretty. I've been wearing this a lot. Also, it looks pretty substantial, definitely a statement piece, but it's very lightweight because it's just beads and a little bit of rope. And even the metal part is hollow in the back, so there's no weight to this at all, but it's such a beautiful piece and I just had to bring your attention to it. It's one of my favorites for August. This shoe has been a summer favorite for sure, but now that we're moving into the fall, this is still a really appropriate shoe for fall. This shade, it's called Cafe, is just a little darker nude, so again, great for moving into fall. They've released more colors in more neutral colors, more browns and tans in this shoe, and it's also really, really comfortable. The braiding here is really squishy and it doesn't squeeze your foot. It feels really nice across the top of your foot, so I just wanted to bring your attention to these. And I did pick these up and I want to share these because I'm worried they will sell out before I get a chance to showcase them in another video. These are also from Dolce Vita and it has that same braiding that the other shoe has, but this beautiful suede. It's a really low cut shoe. I think this will look particularly good with wider leg jeans, pants, straight leg pants. I've tried wearing them with skinny jeans. It doesn't look quite right, but on a longer pant with a wider leg, these look really good. And again, they're super comfortable. And I am a 6.5 in both of these. And then lastly, for accessories, I've mentioned these before, but I have a new version of them. Many of you who follow me on Instagram and here are quite familiar with these sunglasses from Amazon. And like all things Amazon, they come in several color combinations. So these are the first pair that I got from the line. If you click on the link, it's the same, no matter, whatever color you want, it's featured in there. So one link will get you to all the colors. There's even more than what I own. So this was the first one. Then I went and ordered these, and these have some fingerprints on them. And these are more of a pink mirrored lens with a silver frame, same shape. And then I just got these this month, and I am loving these. I think these look so cool. These are the black ones with the black gradient lenses. How cool are, I just love them. They're super lightweight on your face. They don't leave dents on my nose or my cheeks, and they're just so fun. And they're so cheap, so when I ruin them or they go out of style, it will not be the end of the world. Let's close this out with lifestyle favorites. First and foremost, I meant to mention her last month. I just love her more this month. She is a home decor Instagrammer, I would say is her main platform, Stefana Silver. Her home is stunning, first of all. It's what I aspire my home to look like. It never will. I just don't have an eye for putting all this stuff together, so I just try to copy what I see other people do, like Stefana. I love how she mixes higher end pieces with tons of stuff from Target and Amazon, mostly actually. So not only is it aspirational, it's also attainable. And she walks you through so many things and explains things and shares a lot of saves and splurges and Amazon favorites. If you're not following her account, do yourself a favor. You need to follow her. I'll link her down in the description box. Her reels are awesome. She has mastered the reel. It's something I haven't even attempted yet. She's fabulous. I've just really been enjoying her feed. And if you've seen any positive changes to the interior of my home, it's because of her influence. Next, I mentioned these earlier, but they definitely are a favorite, the Trap Wax Melts. I got the scent Orange Clove as we move into fall. And what I do is I actually just plunk them in an old candle holder, and it actually is the Trap Orange Clove candle. There are 3 of these in here, and I just set them on my coffee mug warmer. This is the one, I have several of these. There are other ones. What I like about this is it's not pressure sensitive and there's no auto shut off. The reason why I don't want that is if I set something down, and it's pressure sensitive, it's gonna stay on forever. And sometimes I'll leave a candle here and I don't necessarily want it to be on. So I like that it actually has a switch. And in the mornings, this is what I use to keep my coffee warm when I'm sitting in bed reading and going over my email. So I love that combination. Next in lifestyle favorites is our new media console cabinet. It is beautiful. It is the kind of showpiece feature of our family room. It's what pulled it all together. I still have to style it a little bit better. Again, something I'm not particularly good at, but I love my family room that much more. It's hard to get me to leave the house because it's just so calming and peaceful and pretty, I feel, sitting in there. So absolutely love that. And then the last thing that is a lifestyle favorite, but with some caveats, is we finally caved and we got a new cordless vacuum. I've never had a cordless vacuum before, and it is a game changer. And I thought I did my research and I got the Shark vacuum. I'll link below the one that we got. And I do absolutely love it. And I find myself vacuuming and dusting every single day. It is so much fun and my house is so much cleaner because of it. However, I didn't really do enough research. And even though the Shark website says it runs for 60 minutes, once you open up the owner's manual, it actually only runs for a max of 17 to 18 minutes, which obviously is not very long. So my favorite is the concept of a cordless vacuum. It is far less expensive than a Dyson, and budget is always a situation. So if your budget does not run to Dyson, it's a great machine. And honestly, 17 to 18 minutes gets me everything that I need to get done. I'm not gonna do a whole house clean. I don't need to. Just do a little burst of 15 minutes here and there and the house stays really clean. However, I am now starting to save up for the Dyson that runs the full 60 minutes, 40 to 60. That's still a lot longer than 15 to 18. So loving the concept of a cordless vacuum. It actually makes cleaning your house fun, especially dusting. It just sucks up all the dust so nicely. And if I just need a little quick spot, like, oop, there's some dust in the corner, it's so easy, so I love it. But I would say, maybe save up and get the Dyson instead. Okay, that is it for my favorites. Thank you for spending a little bit longer with me today, a little bit off subject, but a subject that is very close to my heart. I felt very strongly that needed to be addressed. Let's hope September brings happier days. I hope you're along for the ride. Please consider subscribing if you're not already there. And to my newsletter, which goes out every Friday, except for 2 weeks in August when I took off for college move-in. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.